Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Melbourne, Australia. This is where it's at. Oh well, this is where I'm at least. And we are standing right over the top of the mighty Yarra River, kind of looking upstream. Over to our left we have the Melbourne CBD skyline, and over to our right we have the Crown Casino complex. Yes, that's it, Crown Casino. A place where your dreams will be broken, not made. And just above, just past those trees, we have Melbourne South Bank Promenade. And why are we standing here? Well, we're heading into Crown because there is a Rolex AD, and we've got some one-on-one time. It's just kind of down there in the ground floor, and we've got some one-on-one time to look at the 2020 novelties. So hopefully we'll get to see a sub or two, a couple of OPs. Let's get stuck in. So here we are at the Rolex Boutique. This is actually the Kennedy Crown Rolex authorized dealership. And look, we're going to start off here looking at the pieces that I liked the least. Okay, so we got to see some OPs and some subs and a Sky Dweller as well. Out of the OPs, this is the 36mm. Let's call it the Tiffany blue dial. Let's get one thing straight. It's not Tiffany blue. It's just a sky blue sort of color, and it just did nothing for me. I'd give this like a 3 out of 10, I reckon. The blue is just baby blue. It's like probably a great ladies watch, I reckon. It's very feminine, the blue. So I just, not a guy's watch. The green dial, it's okay. It's okay. We're kind of getting better. Very flat sort of green. Yeah, not really my cup of tea. I can see how people would like it, but yeah, it's quite flat and kind of did nothing. Again, here's the Cermit, the most hyped watch in the world. This watch has a, you can see that green bezel. It's sort of flat, sort of minty green. It's not very vibrant. It just looks very washed out, and it wasn't very appealing to me. So I just think this watch is just pure hype. I mean, you can see there the color. It's a very light, sort of washed out, sort of faded almost, sort of green, and yeah, not my cup of tea. Rolex Sky Dweller. This is the rose gold version with the chocolate dial. Really, really nice watch actually. I wanted to see this one on the Oyster Flex bracelet. Very, very nice watch. A bit too big for me, bit too much watch for me. And look, I've never really liked the Sky Dwellers, but I kind of like this one. I could get on board with this. Not bad at all. Now here's where things start getting interesting for me. OP41 black dial, beautiful black sunburst dial. There's actually a lot of color variation going on in this dial if you get it in the right light. A lot of chocolate tones, a lot of charcoal, and really nice defined sunburst pattern on the dial. You can see this, the sunburst gradients and the lines on the dial. Really, really nice. Like that one a lot. Even better, the blue dial, OP41. I think it's called the what's it called? The don't know, but it's I'm just calling it the blue one. A beautiful dial. Very, very nice, kind of sort of azzurro sunburst blue. I mean, look at that. Look at the nice, you can see the striations, the real nice sunburst pattern to the dial. Very, very dynamic, and the colors are just beautiful. Really, it goes from light blue to dark blue. There's steel grey in the mix. I think this is possibly going to be, this is the pick out of the OPs. Look, I didn't get to see the silver, the yellow, or the coral, but I wasn't really interested in looking at those. That was the one for me out of the OPs. But here's my favorite watch, Submariner. The Submariner Note 8. This one, yeah, look, I might cop a bit of heat for this one. Yeah, it's sort of boring, but you know, I think Rolex have just nailed the sub now in terms of, you know, the case, you know, the new bracelet width. You can see how the lugs now, you know, nice and tapered in. You don't get that, you know, maxi case. You know, I think they're calling them fat boy cases now or something like that. Just a great all-rounder. This would just be a great companion just to see you through daily life, I think. Really, really nice watch. Yeah, it was the pick of 2020 for me, and I think in the years to come, people will look back at this watch and just say how perfect it really was. So that's it, guys. Let's have a look at the market. What's the market doing? Here we go. Izzy Rounders wishing us a happy Friday. It's going to be happy for him if he gets his 17k, and in fact he did. I sent him a message to see if he got that over the retail of 11.4k, so quite a big hefty premium. Now the previous generation a sub, you know, 114060, it's going for 16.5, so you know, not much below that. You know, the sub market in Australia is going off its head, like it is around the world, I'm sure. You know, here's, you know, this is a wanted to buy. He wants to pay up to 17.3k for a date sub. Absolutely crazy. Here's a new bluesy, 126613LB. Bruce, if you're out there watching, your bluesy is commanding a 4k premium in Australia over the 20.2k list price. Beautiful, beautiful watch. Let's look at Hulks. The Hulk market is a bit up and down, I think. You know, 24.5 for this 2017 model, 25 for this 2018 model, and bit of craziness coming up now with the unworn 2019 model at 28.8. Let's call it $29,000. Absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely just crazy. Hey guys, so that was Rolex at Crown Casino in Melbourne, and yeah, I think that Blue Dial OP41, I reckon that's one to keep your eye on for next year. The problem is you can't get to see these things in the flesh, so that's why having that experience was really good. You know, seeing them in the flesh, in the metal, it's just, you know, it's a million times better than looking at these things online. You just can't really understand what they're like until you hold them in your hand. And you can see from what I was saying about the pieces, you know, there was some pieces I was surprised with, and you know, there was some surprises. Like there was some likes and some dislikes which I wasn't really expecting. So yeah, if you can somehow get your hands on these things to have a look at, just do it. You've got to go and have a look at them. Speaking of that, and quick wristwatch check, wearing my Zenith, drinking a Shiraz as well. Speaking of that, I just wanted to give a really massive shout out to the guys at the Kennedy Rolex Crown Boutique, and particularly the sales associate who took me through the pieces that day. Alina, if you're out there watching this one, thank you so much for showing me the pieces and being patient and being a real lady and a real professional. You know, I really appreciate that. And in fact, all of my dealings with the guys at that particular boutique have been fantastic. They're all they're really professional, and I guess, you know, look, I haven't bought anything from there because they just haven't had the stock, and to be honest, I'm not sure if I'm the sort of person that they would allocate a piece to, even if they did have stock. So let's talk about that actually, the allocation. How does it work? Well, the short answer is I have no idea. I don't know. But from what I can kind of piece together from the little bits of information that I've kind of picked up in sound bites over the last couple of months, there's probably two things. One, you need to be an existing customer, and what that means, I have no idea. Like, how many pieces do you need to buy and all that sort of stuff? I've got no idea, I don't know. And the other thing is the allocation happens like the higher up people in the organization, probably like the owners of the company or the, some sort of senior management, they make the allocation decisions. It's not going to be the sales rep that you're dealing with or, trying to build a relationship with at the boutique. In Australia, Rolex is sold, at least in Melbourne anyway, Rolex is only sold at watch stores. Okay, there's no mum and dad stores selling Rolex with jewelry and things of that nature, which is what I tend to hear a lot when I hear guys from the US and the UK talking about, Rolex ADs. We don't have that system in Australia. It's just watch stores, and there's only 3 of them that I know of. Well, in Melbourne at least, there's Watches of Switzerland, the Kennedy Group, and the Hourglass. That's Melbourne. Now in Sydney and Brisbane and Perth, there's probably one or two other ADs that operate up there, and yeah, I'm pretty sure, I kind of have an educated guess or a bet that they're just watch stores as well. So it's not like you can go in there and spend up on a pearl necklace for your wife or something, or a pair of diamond earrings or something like that. You need to be buying watches from these guys. So when they say existing customer, you need to be buying watches. How many watches? No idea. I don't know. What sort of money do you need to be dropping? You hear people like Archie saying that you need to be dropping like 100k a year. Maybe that's right. I don't know. I mean, who really knows at the end of the day? There's probably a bit of that. I've got no idea. But what I do know is probably someone like me, with no purchase history, and not a big player. I've got no chance of getting one of these watches, and that's cool. That's really cool. What I do appreciate though is that when you go to the AD, they treat me like with respect, and they're always nice, and they always you don't get laughed at, or you don't get any of the arrogance that you hear about from other sources, I suppose. So yeah, I just wanted to sort of, bust that myth a little bit. That the Rolex ADs that I've dealt with in Melbourne, they've been really nice, really courteous, very respectful. So yeah, just wanted to put that out there, and once again say thank you to the guys at Rolex Crown, Kennedy Rolex Boutique at Crown. Bit of a mouthful. So that's it, guys. I'll leave it there. Thanks again. Let me know your thoughts. If you know the specifics of how these pieces get allocated, drop me some comments. Also, I'd love to hear from you about whether you have had some one-on-one time with the pieces. What did you think? What were the ones that stood out to you? Am I wrong about the Tiffany dial? Am I wrong about the green dial? What are your thoughts? I'd love to hear from you, and I will catch you in the next one. Cheers.